All right. Take number two, and maybe this one, it won't involve me crying, for 30 seconds. Actually, maybe it was more than that. Roughly around, well, it's about to be like a year ago that I wanted to develop a series called Art Vlogs, but I think I want to change it to Art Diaries. I don't know. I'm still debating on the name or even if I want to establish a name. Unfortunately, the reason why I didn't continue with said series was I was living in a toxic household at the time. And unfortunately, it was not the first time that I've been in a toxic household. It it's been a common occurrence with me. The only thing I've known is toxicity from obviously family to partners and well, now a former friend who I consider them a close friend of mine, but now they are not. They are an anecdote, and that is it. And I say this because, unfortunately, because of the amount of toxicity I've dealt with, I feel like I lost a lot of time not being able to create anything, whether it be drawing, whether it be creating videos, um, streaming, whatever have you, like anything involving creating something. And now I live in a household in which I do have the space to create, whether it be art or content. And I want to make up that lost time. I want to make up for the last time, but unfortunately, I have developed some very bad habits. And by that, I mean, sometimes I don't really take care of myself because I just want to keep drawing for good, I don't know, 5 to 10 hours. Same goes for editing videos. I just want to be stuck in the computer, uh, editing in Premiere Pro for 6 to 8 hours. And not only that, it's like not only do I feel like I should make up for lost time, these are also habits that I've established when I was living in toxic households. Is if I had the energy and the quote unquote space to draw for like the entire day, I would do so. If I didn't have those things, I would just focus on surviving the next day in whatever way I could, even if that meant rotting in bed. So it's something that I'm still dealing with. Um, Not being able to distinguish why do I want to draw for a for an extended period of time? Is it because I generally want to make up for that last time, or is it because I developed that coping mechanism for whenever I have the chance to not rot in bed? Essentially, this is something that I'm probably just gonna question myself until I have a better relationship living with people, as well as my relationship in the process of making art and content. How do I segue all of this into what I genuinely wanted to talk about? That is all this to say that this is just like a very long extended intro or a very long extended reason as to why I didn't keep doing why I didn't keep going with the art diaries or the art vlog or the art vlogs or whatever their names are going to be. Tonight, like roughly an hour ago, because this is take two and take one took like 20 minutes to record, I asked myself, why do I draw? Why do I draw digitally? And because I wanted to be honest with myself, there's several reasons that hopefully they will make sense. I draw because I don't know what else to do. That's essentially it. I don't know what else to do. So I draw. The second reason is I feel very lonely. Drawing is very much, or at least for me, it's a very solo activity. As far as drawing digitally, I've always liked computers, one way or another. That's essentially it. Um, Traditional never really appealed to me. I like seeing people paint, especially with acrylic markers, but would I try it myself? Maybe later down the line. Just not right now. I like digital. But anyways, as I was saying, drawing for me is a solo activity. But like I've said it before, I've used it as a coping mechanism. And not gonna lie, sometimes it is a little bit hard for me to distinguish. Um, if I'm drawing because I want to, or because I just hardwire myself to do that. But in the end, the answer is still the same. I want to make up for lost time. When in reality, I'm not gonna make up for that. I lost that time. The only thing I can do is move forward. But it's a little bit difficult to move forward when some of your past is still relevant in your head one way or another. And with me being vulnerable, with me talking about this, I hope there's somebody out there who understands or who gets to be like, oh, I hadn't thought about it that way. Back to the whole art thing, because I essentially want to make this video about art. I'm just expanding it into ways that my personal life does affect what I draw. So I essentially draw because I feel lonely. And the way that I know to counter that loneliness is to draw about, well, draw in this case, characters I like. I definitely do a lot of fan art and not so much original art. And I think I've talked about this in the previous video. I don't recall, but I'll reiterate it here. Um, Original art scares me because I know that I'm probably going to want to visually represent my past in a symbolic way, but still. And while I've definitely talked about the stuff that I went through nonstop with online friends, acquaintances, whatever have you, it's a little bit daunting trying to find not exactly the perfect concept, but just try to find a concept that will make the general public understand, as opposed to just a couple of like red blobs that just pop into my head whenever I remember something that happened to me, or trying to um or trying to basically describe like not exactly how I feel in my head but also my body. um I've definitely thought of ideas, but they pretty much they're left at the sketch air, phase and pretty much nothing else. Yes, I've definitely have made art um that's not fan art, but it's definitely been a while. And the reason why I do fan art, it's because I draw characters that not only do I like and relate to, but to an extent I wish that could be me. I wish that aspects of those characters, I wish I could embody them like one way or another. Granted, some of those characters have questionable morals, but also I kind of don't blame Rouge to, liking shiny things and whatnot. I also like shiny things, but diamonds ain't my cup of thing. But crystals, yeah, no, kind of, sort of. But anyways, that's not the point. I do fan art because I like it, and it's usually characters that I like. I just I just put my own little spin on them by drawing them, with brown skin, which is what I have. By making them mid size, plus size, because that's the kind of body that I've always had. Um, Ever since growing up, I was never a skinny kid. I was always the one with the belly. Right now, yeah, no, I have I'm fat. Hi, how's it going? I draw them to somehow visually represent myself through these characters. And hopefully, by drawing them that way, maybe somebody out there who sees my art randomly doesn't just like them, but maybe feels less alone, less isolated, because sometimes it is very difficult to find characters that can visually represent you. Maybe they won't visually represent you 100%, but at least one aspect of them would be nice. And so that's why I that's why I draw them that way. And this is something that I don't think I'm ever going to stop doing. It's like, unless it's a commission that I have to do, then sure, I'll draw them how the commissioner wants me to draw them. But for personal stuff, no. Some belly is going to be introduced, and some melanin is going to be there, all right? Oof. How do I go on with this? Well, definitely, the entire point of these videos are representing like my vulnerable side. Um, it's still a little bit scary. Not gonna lie here. Doing these kinds of videos can help with my mental health, can help with rewiring and reframing how I draw. That's perfectly fine by me. If this can help me try and take care of myself, then sure. Because not only that, my intent for all of this is hopefully people find me relatable. I'm not exactly a warm and welcoming person sometimes. I am indeed very cold. And I don't think that's going to change that soon, if at all. But I do hope that whenever I talk about my struggles, people are able to either understand or maybe just maybe think, damn, I've been there. I think that's the kind of like content creator I would like to be. Or not just content creator, but the kind of person I want to be, both offline and online. But since I'm behind the screen, then online. Um, I don't know how often I would make these kinds of videos, but maybe the next video will be less grim. But I still hope that hopefully my words make an impact somehow. Even if it's a small impact, it's an impact nevertheless. And then hopefully I will be able to build an online community of people who can help each other out by either having a place to talk or having someone help them, like more so in a physical sense, whether it be like financially, making a home cooked meal, stuff like that. I think this take was a little bit better. And yeah, maybe I should stop recording, and thank you and have a good night and go to sleep. It's like 2:44 in the morning.